is a pirate. Christopher Lauer is a member of the Pirates Party, and he is one of the young guns in Berlin's parliament. Christopher, your party aims to bring democracy and political participation to the internet, cyberspace being the new town square. A lot of people do not live online. Are you creating a society with yet another split, the internet haves and the internet have-nots?
No, I don't think so. When you see that 76% of the Germans already have an internet connection, the ones which haven't are not the reason to say we cannot make all this participation stuff over the internet. We have to think how we can make them participate also who have at the moment no internet connection.
Yeah, okay. Obviously a big topic there, participation, the voice of the people. Greece and France are just the latest example of fed-up voters in Europe saying no to the status quo and saying yes to something different. Could that be the fate for the government here in Germany as well? The national election is scheduled for next year, but the signs are already loud and clear. Germans are dissatisfied with their politicians too. Enter the pirates. Now, this upstart party of self-proclaimed internet nerds, and some may say social misfits, is riding a wave of success. They are successful at getting the vote, but they are mediocre at best when it comes to owning the issues.
Another win for Germany's pirates. Victory in the country's most populous state means they are now represented in 4 regional parliaments in Germany. Riding a wave of popularity, the party now has their eye on the biggest prize of all: national elections next year.
Conditions are now perfect. We have seats in 4 regional parliaments. That gives us a strong basis on which to continue to push the Pirate Party forwards on a national level.
Germany's political landscape is being redrawn by pirates, such as Torge Schmidt in the northern state of Schleswig-Holstein. He says voters are disenchanted with established parties.
People want a different type of politics. That is true in both Schleswig-Holstein and Berlin.
The pirates are promising more transparency, internet freedom, and something they call liquid democracy, which involves greater participation by ordinary people in formulating policies. Yet despite their enthusiasm, much of what they stand for is still unclear, such as their positions on the big issues such as the Middle East and Europe.
Christopher, let me ask you, how do you explain your party's success?
Well, I guess at the moment, yeah, as you said, there is a big distrust into policy and into policy solving problems. And I guess the people say, and that's what happened during the campaign in Berlin, they said, regardless on what your policies are, if you are a little bit sane, just bring some fresh wind into parliament.
Are you saying then that you're simply a protest vote party?
No, but I guess the people are giving us trust, and just look what happens. And the protest is against like the system we have at the moment. So,
but I mean, yeah. But that makes you a protest party then.
Yeah, but we are not protested against, but the system we have at the moment.
Well, what does your party stand for?
Yeah, I mean, like, we are for more participation. As you said, we try via liquid democracy first to participate, to give a high amount of participation within the party. But
let's talk about that liquid democracy for a second. A lot of people are asking exactly what that is.
We have a software, it's called liquid feedback, and it's a transition between direct democracy and representative democracy. Every member of the party gets an account, and it's a little bit like Facebook, but you're not pushing the like button, but discussing about political topics. And you can delegate your vote. So if you are not, you don't know something about climate change, I could give you my vote, and he could decide for me. And if I see he is not doing what I think is good, I can do it myself again.
So it's representative democracy.
It's a transition. So, and we say we should have more and more of these concepts within society. I mean, like, if the people want to do something between two elections at the moment in Germany, we have a very it's a not very fluent system. So we say we need more possibilities for the people to participate in the political process.
But you're assuming here that your entire electorate is very active online, that people are living a large part of their lives on the internet. That's not the case.
Yeah, it is not a necessity for participating in liquid feedback that you have to be online 24/7. I mean, like, you can either delegate or just look maybe half an hour at the day online.
Yeah.
We don't say that participation is, how do you say that? You have to do something for that. So if you demand as people that you can participate, you have to do something for that. That's the other side of it.
Let me ask Mr. Latif and Dennis both here. I mean, is that a good idea? Do you want your democracy to take place on the internet, Mr. Latif?
Well, I think in principle it's a nice idea to have more participation, okay, but there is a drawback in my view, and the drawback is that the decisions which will be made by such a system may not be sustainable, because normally people think only in their own interest, okay, if future generations are concerned, and this is the lack of sustainability, if future generations are concerned, you know, people make big words about it, but they don't act accordingly.
They're acting in their selfish interests.
Exactly, and so this may be one fear of this direct democracy.
Yeah, but I think we have to try it, because maybe you are right with me that I think, okay, sustainability is not that a big part in my daily decision making, but when it comes, for example, to climate, since you are researching on it and I think you know more about that, I think, okay, maybe I should give away my selfish opinion and give my power on this topic to an expert. And so there can be a positive change,
because isn't that what we do anyway, though, when we elect people to represent us? We're electing them saying they will have access to expert knowledge about everything.
Yeah.
So what's new then about liquid democracy? Just doing it online?
No, what's new about liquid democracy is that you have the possibility to tap all the tacit knowledge within a populace which is taking part
and doing it in real time.
And doing it in real time. So maybe when you are in government, you just ask the experts you know, or the experts somebody recommends to you. But so you give the people the chance that experts or people who know something about it, who would never have been asked to make a suggestion which will maybe lead to a solution of a problem.
Dennis, a good idea?
Yes, but I think the key will be the quality management of this knowledge that you crowdsource in the population, because you have to make good decisions, you have to use the best knowledge there is, and I think that's the challenge to see what is the best knowledge, because if anybody comes and says I got the good knowledge, you have to check it if he's right.
You pick up on something there very interesting too, Dennis. A lot of people criticize the pirates for not being masters of a lot of issues. Christopher, you're here. Let me ask you, what's your party's position on Greece and the euro?
Well, we had a decision in Offenbach. That was our last party gathering in December, where we did program where we criticized the European Stability Pact, and its lack of democracy within the process. But you are completely right. We have no strict agenda on the euro or on Greece. We have a position on Europe that we say, okay, the European Union is an important thing, and
that's a big issue for you.
Yeah, that's a
right?
big issue, and we are saying the voters, if you if euro politics are your how do you say that? The important thing which leads you to a decision which party you vote, the Pirate Party is not the party vote for, because apparently we have no program on that. But let me ask you.
You're disqualifying yourself right
no,
there.
We are
by
not.
saying
No,
that,
we are not.
That is the major issue right now.
No, we are not
Europe.
disqualifying ourselves on that, because think about the parties which were elected in 2009, the CDU and the FDP and all other parties. When they were elected, they had no solution on saving the euro, because it hadn't had to be saved in that time. So
you wrote that on your blog. I found that on your blog dated April 3rd. You criticized the governing coalition. You say that when they came to power, they had positions on nuclear power and compulsory military service, and you say since they came to power, they've had to change their positions on that. You say your party is better because it does not give a clear stand on many issues. It wants to just simply be close to the citizens. I mean, it makes it sound like your party, you are a bunch of policy cowards. You're afraid to take a stand.
No, we're not afraid to take a stand, but we say that on some topics we haven't have a policy at the moment. We don't want to, okay, excuse me for that word, but we want to bullshit anything, because, I mean, like...
But is taking a stand bullshitting?
No, it's not. I mean, like we have policies on, for example, ticket-free public transportation. We say we want a basic income grant. We say we want to change drug policy. For example, like in Portugal, we want more transparency, more participation in the public. The funny thing is, in 2009, we were the one-issue party. After the election in Berlin, we are the no-issue party. If I start to explain our policies on the topics I said before, the people say, like in these talk shows, maybe it gets too technical, it's too complicated, or so on. And then you pick
I don't think that's the point. I think people want to know where you stand on the main issues affecting Germany and Europe right now. One of them being the Eurozone crisis. That's a legitimate question.
Yeah, that's a legitimate question, and I answered that. We,
No, you don't have, I mean, you said you didn't have a stand right now on what Greece should do in the Eurozone. But what Greece does is a direct issue for German taxpayers.
Yeah.
Your constituents.
Yeah, and you have the feeling that if we are getting into the parliament by 2013 in the German Bundestag, that the 10 or less % we have in the Deutsche Bundestag will change anything on how the coalition, which we won't be part of then because nobody wants to make a coalition with the first timers, has any results on that. I mean, the easiest way for us at the moment, the other resentment against Greece or the resentment against the euro would be for us just to say, Greece has to go out of the euro, we have to go out of the euro, back to the Deutsche Mark and everything. But the thing is, we are not that party. We just want to say, if we want to make a decision on that, it has to be profound, and we don't want to say anything if we have no profound policy on that.
They are just frank. Nobody, or no one of the other parties has a plan, but they don't say it.
All right, so they're just being honest.
Okay, they are just being honest.
Right, but they still have to be taken to task for their honesty. I mean, because they're asking for people to entrust them with political power. There have been some serious public gaffes as well, Christopher, with your party. Martin Delius compared the rise of the pirates with the rise of the Nazis in Germany. He even tweeted about that. That makes your party sound foolish at best and dangerously naive at worst. What do you say about that?
Yeah, I mean, like, that was stupid beyond the capacity of rational thought. What should I say to that? I mean, like, Martin said it is stupid. We all say it is stupid. I think we don't look like Nazis. I don't know. We have big media attention at the moment, and we have a big ordeal. I mean, I don't want to reason. I don't want to reason it. I just want to explain it. And maybe you get some little bit megalomaniac and say you can say anything on when you talk to
paranoid or something.
When you talk to journalists and so on, and maybe he thought it was a funny comparison or whatsoever. It is stupid, of course. But I think since our last gathering in Neumünster, it is clear that the Pirate Party is not a right-wing party whatsoever.
We have to move on here. Let me just ask you before we move on, should the German Chancellor Angela Merkel, should she be worried about your success and her hold on power?
Well, in the long run, yes, because the Pirate Party stands for more participation of the people between two elections, and the old power system works that you have hierarchical organized parties, which just make their stuff top down, and we are bottom up.
All right. Well, let's move on and talk about